flat bottom. So now I'm just going to go over the progress of the terrarium from now until about 4 months' time. If you don't want to see this, you can fast forward to 40 seconds towards the end of the video, and that's a new technique that I've developed for adding moss, and it'll really help you. So if you don't want to persevere and see all the growing out, just fast forward to 40 seconds towards the end and see this new method that I've created. So this is the new method that I've created. It's called moss tack, and you can learn to do it on one of my other videos. You just smear moss tack around anywhere you want, add sphagnum moss first if you want to, and then add live moss, and that will freely grow, and it's just so much easier than growing it from scratch. And you can just see how beautiful it makes the tank look compared to what it looked like without the moss tack in. So give that a try. It's a brand new method that I've created. I'm pretty proud of it, to be honest. So this is my terrarium. I've got a more in-depth video on my channel, so check that out and feel free to subscribe and ask questions in the comments. Thanks.